Hey everybody, I just put a few shrimp pellets and a few pieces of broken algae wafer in there. You can see my Synodontis just found one of the pieces of algae wafer. This video is not really going to be about anything specific. I haven't been able to spend much time in here today, so I just wanted to get a little bit of video. And this catfish is just one of my favorites. I really enjoy watching him. It's a really neat fish. The thing I was noticing the other day is his dorsal filament. If you look how long it is, he's got some caudal filaments on there too, and I say he arbitrarily. I really don't know if this is male or female. But if you look at that dorsal filament, it is just so ridiculously long. It's just awesome looking. And I did have one viewer point out, if you will look at his caudal fin or his tail fin, you'll notice how it has almost like that one vein that grows sideways. That, I believe, is simply a defect. I've never seen that on another fish. He doesn't have it on the other side. I just think that was a birth defect, and he's just always had that. It's just an odd sort of growth in his tail. My Snakeskin Gourami that's in this tank somewhere, here he comes. He's right off to our right. He's also got some defects, and I do know this one's male. If you look at his pectoral fin on the right side, you'll notice some odd growth and some weird looking stuff on the fin, and that's actually on the fin. That is part of the tissue of the animal. It's some kind of defect. It was on there when I got it as a little baby. I don't know, he was maybe 2 or 3 inches long when I got him, and he's probably about 7 or 8 now. He's a big boy. See, there you go. Now you can kind of see it. But there's definitely some weird growth on his pectoral fin, and that has just always been there. And this Synodontis is the same way. That little sort of horizontal fin sticking off the side of his caudal fin, I really do believe is just some sort of abnormal growth. That, of course, is my Ctenopoma Acutirostre, or my African spotted leaf fish. They go by leopard gourami, bush gourami, African bushfish. They get called all kinds of things. Absolutely fantastic fish, though. It's an Anabantid, or a labyrinth fish, so it is related to the gouramis and the Siamese fighting fish. It does have the labyrinth organ. And I think they're supposed to top out around 7 inches, so mine's pretty much maxed out. This is as big as he's probably going to get. And as far as I've seen, looking at other pictures of him and videos of this kind of fish on YouTube, this is definitely one of the biggest ones I've seen. He's actually thicker now in the middle than he was long when I got him. So I got him at the big chain pet store. I also got this Synodontis at the big chain pet store. And I think the 2 clown loaches in here came from the big chain pet store as well. And then all the rest of the fish either came from my good fish store, which is actually about an hour's drive away. And then the 3 little Hypensistrus species, there's one, there's a second one right there, and there's the third one right there. So that's all 3 of them. Those all came from a breeder. And then I have one more little Hypensistrus right there, right on cue, is my long fin bristlenose, and that actually came from my good pet store as well. So I've got a little mix of all different types of fish in here as far as where I've gotten them from. But some of my better fish, some of my cooler fish that I've got that I really enjoy the most are actually from the big chain pet store. My big angelfish that I've had for quite a while is from the big chain pet store. Oh, and there's probably a few others. Most of my angelfish have probably come from my big chain pet store. But I know this guy did. And I'm pretty sure this one is male also. The Ctenopoma, that is. The way you identify the males of the Ctenopoma is apparently they have sort of little spikes on their gill flaps, and the males have more pronounced spikes. So while I don't have 2 of them to compare side by side, this one does have noticeable spikes on its gill flap if you get close enough. You see that little light mark just above its pectoral fin? Those are the little spines that are sticking off the gill flap. So I'm assuming this one's male. Not 100%, but I'm assuming it's male. For all I know, that's what the females look like, and the males have really big spines sticking off there. I don't know, but I'm assuming because I can see visible spines, that is big enough to consider the male. My Congo Tetras, I've lost 2 over the last month. I do have 1 more in here that is what we will call breathing heavy. I don't even see it at the moment. It's one of the larger, older ones. Actually, now that I'm looking around, I don't see it in there at all. Or at least I don't see the one that was gasping for breath anymore. So maybe I'll have a look around later and see if I can't find it floating around up in the vegetation up near the top of the tank. But at any rate, these are the Congo Tetras, and they are absolutely stunning fish, great personalities, a lot of life in the tank, a lot of color in the tank, and a lot of activity in the tank. So I am going to be bolstering my school, or my shoal rather, of these fish back up. Here I'm going to be getting down to the Good Pet Store, my Good Pet Store down in Glen Burnie. I don't know, I'm hoping within the next week or so, and if they've got any Congo Tetras in, I'm going to try to pick up a few more males. I may hold off on that because I do want to quarantine them, and my quarantine tank is a little crowded at the moment, so putting some more Congo Tetras in there might not be ideal just yet. But I do have plans on replacing them. I do have plans on bolstering the school up. I'd like to have an 11 or 12 of the Congos in here. I think that would make for a nice amount of color and a nice visual display. So that's about it. Just a look at my 125 gallon tank. Like I said, I didn't really have anything on my mind. Make sure you're subscribed. That way you won't miss anything. I shoot little videos like this all the time, plus a variety of other videos. Don't forget, this is my 125 gallon tank. Thanks for watching this one, and I hope to see you real soon on the next one.